Hello, my fellow Scorpio placements. Welcome to Soul Healing with Holly. This is your weekly tarot and crystal guidance forecast for the week of February 21st through the 27th, 2022. Don't worry if you see this at any other time. The messages are meant to reach you when you need to hear them. This will be for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising placements. As usual, because it's a general message, take only what resonates, and if this doesn't resonate, you may want to check your other placement videos. First of all, Scorpios, I want to thank you. Last week's reading, Scorpio had the most liked video and the most viewed video. So because of that, I will give you an additional reading this week. Look for that somewhere midweek. All right, we're going to start by getting some overall themes or ideas from our Empath Empowerment deck. We're going to follow that up with clarification from tarot, add some positive weekly affirmations, and finally, we are going to choose a crystal from the bowl of crystals to represent an area of focus or an area of healing. All right, my Scorpios, let's get started with our first message. What do Scorpio placements need to focus on for the week of February 21st through the 27th, 2022? All right, here we have stop trying to fix people. It is not your job to fix anyone. Allow people the dignity of their own paths. So Scorpio, I know I tend to be guilty of this, trying to fix people, trying to tell people what I think is best for them. But really, they need to find their own path. I know my own daughters always said, Mom, we need to make mistakes so that we can learn from them. We can't learn from your mistakes. So it's difficult to do this, and I know it comes from a good heart. You cannot fix people. You have to allow them to make mistakes and to find their own path. All right? Tame negative thinking. When negative thoughts arise, experience the feelings behind them and then shift to a larger, more compassionate perspective. So perhaps negative thinking is taking over for you this week, Scorpio, and it's time to release those negative thoughts. Again, I feel like for Scorpio, a lot of time it's control that we need, and we struggle with that. So negative thinking is not allowing us to move forward, and you need to make sure that you are releasing that this week. Shift to a larger, more compassionate perspective. And then finally, we have practice self-soothing. You have the power to comfort yourself when you are upset. Place your hand gently over your heart. Send yourself unconditional love to ease tension and frustration. So maybe this week, Scorpio, there's some frustration that people aren't listening to your advice. Maybe that's causing you to have some negative thinking about yourself or others. But you need to make sure that you're self-soothing yourself, that you are sending yourself that love. So just placing your hand over your heart and sending yourself love is going to ease tension and frustration for you. I feel like maybe some meditation might help you with this. But overall, I feel this week there's going to be some conflict within relationships or just frustration within relationships. So let's see what the tarot has to say. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising placements, the week of February 21st through the 27th, 2022. Scorpio, again, if you like this reading, if it resonates, please hit the like button. Make sure you are subscribed. And if you would like a personal reading, I do offer those at my website, soulhealingwithholly.com, or you can find it in the links below. All right, up first we have the Four of Pentacles, the Chariot, the Hierophant, and and the Five of Pentacles. And overall, there we are, Scorpios. The Death card is our representation from the Major Arcana cards. And death, although it could be about the death of a person in our life, it's really about transformation. And Scorpio is represented by the Phoenix, which is always that death and rebirth. So for me, I feel like there's something that might be ending for you, and you might be struggling to let go of that. We'll talk about that later, but death is really about the beautiful rebirth that comes after something ends. So I feel like you need to allow whatever this is to end and to really focus on that renewal or that rebirth that comes from it. But I do feel like this week, Scorpio, you are struggling to let go of something in order to go through that rebirth. Because first we have this Four of Pentacles. Now, the Four of Pentacles can mean that you are watching your money spending right now, that you are being cautious when it comes to spending your money or giving your money. But for me, I feel with this Death card that you are struggling to release something. Like you are holding on to something so tightly, you are not going to let go of it. And I feel like you need to loosen up a little bit. You do need to let go of this. Again, I get that Scorpio feeling of needing to control something, and it's time to release that, knowing that you cannot control people to fix them. You cannot, make them see your way of thinking all the time. I just feel like this release and letting go is something you need to do to move forward. Because the next card here is the Chariot. You might have Cancer placements, or you might have a Cancer that is part of your life. But the Chariot is about moving forward. And I feel like you need to release yourself from this past hurt or whatever this is that ended in order to move forward. I mean, it is time to do a 180. We need to move in the opposite direction. The Chariot is also about victory. It can indicate a physical move as well, but I just feel like it's time to make changes, Scorpio. If you are not allowing things to end, you are not making room for new beginnings. You are not making room for new possibilities. And I feel like this Chariot is telling you to move forward, move on from whatever it is that you are struggling to let go of. And then we have the Hierophant. Now this card speaks of a spiritual teacher or a teacher of any sort. I see this with people that are going through an awakening often. So is there some spiritual awakening that you are going through? I feel like there could be, and I feel like you are struggling to let go of that ego side of yourself, Scorpio. The Hierophant can also represent like traditional societal norms and marriage. So I don't know if there is a marriage that you are in that you might be struggling with. This is again seeking a spiritual teacher or advisor. So maybe you need to seek some advice when it comes to that. But I really feel like this is just kind of releasing those societal norms that you feel like you have to follow. For you, maybe that is what this Chariot is about. Again, it's like going in the opposite direction. It's not following the societal norms that you feel you need to, which again, to me, always indicates kind of a spiritual awakening. And then with this Five of Pentacles here, I feel like maybe you are afraid that you will be left out if you're following this new path. And again, this gives me the feeling of perhaps not having enough money, which might be what this is about too, is holding on to money. But the Five of Pentacles to me is about seeking solace in this church if you need it. knowing that there are people to help you and to not just sit and play the victim. I feel like you need to allow perhaps this spiritual person, the spiritual leader or teacher to come in and help you so that you're not feeling this way. Because the Five of Pentacles, again, it can mean that you are feeling left out or you are feeling lack when it comes to something. All right, let's get our positive weekly affirmations for Scorpios. Okay. So up first, we have my vibration attracts my tribe. Okay. So there we go. We've got to get into this positive vibration. And again, it kind of gives me that spiritual awakening feeling. Like if you are raising your vibration, it is going to attract those type of people in your life. So we don't want the vibration of lack right now. We want a positive vibration, a vibration where we feel like we have abundance in our life. So maybe it's a matter of shifting your thinking into being grateful for things right now. So my vibration attracts my tribe. I am limitless. I break free of self-limiting beliefs. Okay, Scorpio. So that kind of goes with this practice self-soothing. You are reminding yourself that you are limitless. You are breaking free of the control that you're holding on to, breaking free of not allowing things to end. So remind yourself, I am limitless. I break free of self-limiting beliefs. And then you have, I move through life at my own unique pace. So maybe you are struggling to let go of something that you feel like you should have let go of, and you're struggling with, this is where I should be right now. I should be in this place. But don't let societal norms tell you where you should be at what time in your life. I feel like there's so much stress on young people that, you need to have your college education and you need to be married and have a house at this point and blah, blah, blah. And I feel like you need to release yourself of that. Just make sure that you are moving forward, and it doesn't matter how fast you are moving. Just know that you are moving forward. It's so important to just remind yourself of how far you've actually come instead of how fast you are moving. All right, Scorpios, let's get your weekly crystal. What do Scorpios need to focus on this week? All right, we have rose quartz, and that does not surprise me. Rose quartz is that loving, healing, like self-healing crystal. It's all about that heart chakra, but mainly loving yourself. It purifies and opens your heart. So maybe you've kind of closed yourself off to somebody. It also is a deep healing stone, and it promotes self-love and peace within yourself. So, Scorpio, I hope you enjoyed your weekly reading. Remember to watch for your bonus reading this week. Make sure that you hit like, that you are subscribed, and also hit the notification bell so you can be notified of your next weekly reading.